Hey everybody, so back in August of 2021, I did a video about all the Amico games that were announced on October 22nd, 2018 from Intellivision, all these retro game franchises that they brought up that they said were going to come back on the Amico that we never saw again. And one of the biggest names on that list was ToeJam and Earl, and basically we haven't heard much about any of these games for the most part until recently, at least for ToeJam and Earl. On the Reddit for ToeJam and Earl, someone asked if there was an update about the Amico game, and Human Nature, the developer, actually answered, and they said that there's no plans for the release on the Amico for now, that the contract was never finalized with them. And I found that fascinating that, first of all, that they began work on it without a contract, and that Intellivision announced it without a finalized contract. Now, over on the Intellivision_Amico Reddit, where a lot of critics will post stuff about the Amico, Human Nature did chime into a thread that was talking about various states of killer apps like Cloudy Mountain and ToeJam and Earl. And they basically said that they stopped working on the game in 2021 when they didn't finalize the contract, that there was some poor communication between them and Intellivision, that there was no hard feelings, the door was still open, that there was some communication issues about exactly what the unique exclusive aspects of the game would be, where Intellivision may have thought they were getting a completely 100% unique game, and they were just going to port back in the groove with some changes. Like one thing they wanted to do was use the screen on the controller for maps, and they wanted you to be able to possibly shake the controller to hear what was in presence, to see if you could figure it out that way. And some of the work that they did to get it ready for the Amico, like bumping it up from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, actually made it into an update for other versions. So they didn't do it for nothing. They actually got something out of it. But yeah, basically the contract, Intellivision kind of stopped talking to them about it, it sounds like. So that it basically means that for a lot of these games that Intellivision was touting, for a lot of these games, we may never see them. We may never see these games. It's very possible that what happened with ToeJam and Earl has happened with other games that like Caveman Ninja or Kung Fu Master, where there weren't talks with them, but the contract was never finalized. So when it comes to the games that Intellivision announced in the past, but you haven't seen anything recently, don't necessarily count on it coming out unless you hear anything else. Those might never come out. And with Microsoft buying Activision, and it's believed that Activision owns the Imagic games, that might put a little snag into any of the Imagic titles coming over to the Amico, such as Microsurgeon or Dracula or Demon Attack. We shall see. The only one that they mentioned recently was Microsurgeon. So that might possibly not come out. We'll see about that. So long story short, when it comes to the announced games from the Amico, ToeJam and Earl is not happening unless Intellivision starts communicating again. Why would they stop communicating? Maybe they just were focused on other stuff. It might be a money issue too. Maybe they don't have the money, because a lot of these games you see on this list would involve licensing, which means money. So maybe it's a way to cut back on expenses. So unless they actually confirm that games are coming out nowadays, everything they said in the past that you haven't seen for a while, don't count on, at least right now. That's just what I think. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I will see you next time.